All right, I'm back. We got Agua out of Mexico. And funny enough, this is a Japanese style lager out of Mexico. It's called Fugu, Japanese lager from Agua coming in at 4% ABV and 25 IBUs. This was my unboxing beer, so as you can see, it already has a little bit drank out of it. I went straight from the unboxing to take a photo of my shave of the day right into the shave. So, cheers to that. So, that one, light, crisp, easy drinking, has a little bit of kind of delicate floral hops, and then a light, slightly sweet malt body, but the whole thing is very delicate. You'd probably want to drink something like this probably out of like a flute, so that the delicate aromas are really concentrated on your nose. It's tasty, but it's just delicate. All right, let's get into the shave today. Today we're going to be using Strike Gold Shave's Haberdasher, and this is kind of like a dark barbershop. To me, it's kind of cologne-like. It's kind of like a dark, fresh cologne, and I know it's kind of hard to describe, but it's kind of like a very gentlemanly suit and tie, very like suave type of briefcase, really professional type cologne. A little bit mature. But dark barbershop is what they classify it as. To me, it's kind of like a dark, fresh cologne. Really good stuff, though. That is already whipped up over here in my Lancaster Razorworks shave bowl. And as you can see, I got gobs and gobs of lather right there. There's that badass black and red colorway we all love. And this is one of the older soap bases. I think it's probably 2 soap bases back, because it's not the Tussa Silk base, which I believe was the Commander-in-Chief, and then the current one is the Patriot base. So this is 2 bases back. I don't expect to have any problems whatsoever today. Nice side label, nice classic standardized Strike Gold Shave presidential label. And then the star of the show is going to be this gold dollar, the Samurai razor. And this was sent to me by Thomas the Shaver from YouTube. So if you are unfamiliar of Thomas the Shaver, I will link his information in the description of this video, so you could please go check that guy out. Show him some love, watch some of his content. Really good guy. He knows his stuff. He's been doing it for a while, and he sent me this razor here today. So he hones. So this razor actually has Thomas's edge on it. So it's going to be exciting to try Thomas's edge for the first time today. And let's just get right into it, right? Go ahead and wet the face. Get some lather on it. Hope everybody is doing well. I had a nice day at work today. Mondays are our busiest day at the post office. And it was nice because everybody showed up. There wasn't any call-ins, which is a fucking miracle. But there wasn't any call-ins, and nobody was on vacation either. So literally everybody was there. We had all the help we could ask for. And funny enough, the job got done early. Funny how that works. So it was a good day at work today. Got caught up on some things. And we had plenty of hands to help out. So that was exciting. Oh, and I didn't introduce the Moon Soaps by Kent Designs brush right here. This is our Leaf Lads brush, designed to kind of look like a cigar with the browns and the lighter colored ash, and then the band around the cigar. And then on top we got an AP Shave Co. Cashmere synthetic knot. And let's go ahead and just get right into this. This older soap base had a little bit more volume, but it does have about a nice just over medium density as well. It's kind of it has high volume, high structure, if you will, but it doesn't feel like super duper lightweight. It's actually a really good soap base of old. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like West of Olympia, whereas West of Olympia was a bit ahead of its time with its soap base. It was starting to become ever so slightly lower structured than some of the soaps of old, where they had a bunch of volume, and people referred to them as Santa Claus beards because of all the volume and structure that they would accumulate in just a short amount of time. You would just have gobs and gobs of lather, and everybody would kind of strive to make these huge, monstrous lathers each and every time. Nowadays, if it has high structure, you'll notice I kind of paint it on thin anyways, because you just don't need all that volume in the way. But we got a nice looking lather here today, nice and creamy, nice and hydrated, and that's pretty much what you can expect. Even some of Strike Gold's older soap bases, still really good shit. So let's get right into it. Trying to use straight razors and chevettes and whatnot every so often, just so that I keep my skills honed. Bad pun. Alright, here we go. Pass number 1 with the grain. Been a while since I used a round tip straight razor. I'll tell you what though, so far so good. Woo! Had a little edgegasm right there. That felt pretty fucking nice. That's what I'm talking about. Now this, of course, is with the grain, so let's not get carried away here. But so far, so good. I am not the honing expert, but I did ask about what stones, or I should say, I asked what stone was it finished on, and he said it was the Arkansas stone, which I thought, and this'll clue you into how much I'm not a honer. I thought the Arkansas was a synthetic, and he told me no, it's a natural stone. I guess I kind of foolishly thought that all natural stones were JNATs, Japanese natural stones. I just kind of made the foolish assumption that all natural stones were JNATs, which, saying it aloud, just sounds foolish, because they wouldn't have to specify that they were Japanese natural stones if all natural stones were Japanese. And just for the fucking doubters that always seem to think that I'm just shaving skin and not actually shaving whiskers, the ones who question why I even have a shaving channel, that was for you guys. For everybody else, sorry. I know a little peep show of the spent lather isn't sexy, but sometimes you just gotta put up or shut up. The proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the proof is in the lather. I'm one of those channels that, because I'm a bit of a taboo entity in this hobby, being a bearded wet shaver, that I about twice a week, or at least, once a week, I'll get a comment from somebody who usually isn't a subscriber, and it'll more or less just be a little bit of hate in one shape or form. What are you even shaving? Funny you have those opinions when you only shave 1 inch above your cheeks and 1 inch below your neck. It's always something, like once or twice a week, it's always something. But nobody ever takes into consideration that I might have been shaving this way before I had the beard, which just so happens to be the case. I was shaving this way before I started the channel. It'd be weird if I just started a YouTube channel out of the fucking blue and then started a hobby that I've never participated in out of the fucking blue. It's like, come on. You gotta fucking think further back before you say this stupid shit. Alright, moving on with the shave. First pass went well. It's funny, it went well because I'm over here on a rant and kind of just carelessly going through a shave with no issues. So things are going well when you're barely even paying attention and you're just kind of on cruise control. And man, I got some serious lather here today. I know I loaded heavy, but I guess it's been a while since I used this old soap base, because I got enough lather for fucking a week's worth of shaves here. Especially a lot of people on their second pass, they like to have a slightly thinner, slightly more hydrated lather. And here I am on the second pass. It looks like I have a more hefty layer of lather than I did on the first one. But there's nothing wrong with that. The edge on this razor feels fucking great on that with the grain pass. And I assume it's going to remain great on this against the grain pass. I only do a with the grain and against the grain. I found that for my skin, cutting out the across the grain pass actually spared me some irritation. And since my growth is largely up and down, except for the spiral that's right on the fucking Adam's apple, which is kind of annoying. But other than that one spiral that I have right here, most other places I can get BBS really easily. I find with DEs, there's like these edges of my neck that might have swirls as well, because sometimes I gotta really zone in on them and touch them up as well. But with straights, not usually the case. Very smooth. That felt good. Very nice. One thing I love about straight razors and that beard line is you can get a nice, crisp beard line. And what I do on the underside and the overside of my beard is I kind of try to find where the beard line starts. I kind of do these short choppy strokes, and then I take the longer full stroke once the beard line is defined. So then I find, then I define, and then I go ahead and clear it out with a long stroke. And so far, so good. This is feeling very nice against the grain as well. To me, I would say this edge, in terms of face feel, it's on the sharper end of the spectrum of edges that I have experienced. It's not the sharpest edge. It doesn't feel completely scary sharp like a laser, like some edges that I have experienced. But it isn't completely smooth and buttery as other edges that I've experienced. And so I find it's somewhere just to the right of center, meaning it's definitely on the sharper end of the spectrum, but it's not scary sharp, not sticky sharp. It has a nice balance. To me, it is a very enjoyable edge. I prefer it to be on the sharper side of center. But when it's an absolute laser, sometimes it's not so comfortable of an edge. So this is actually quite enjoyable because it's sharp, but it's still comfortable. And I have two blemishes side by side right there, and I noticed they were pretty irritated on that pass number 1, and it looks like I actually cut the head off of one right there in pass number 2. So that is no fault with the razor. I kind of went into this shave expecting to cut those. It's no big deal. Sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes they glide right over the top and you just don't know how the hell you didn't cut them open. But this time, like I was saying, this is a sharp edge, and we cut them open this time. But for me, I'm kind of prone to acne, so that's something that I'm fairly familiar with my shaves. This they weren't weepers from applying too much pressure. It's just when you have bumps in the road and you got a bulldozer coming through, you're going to flatten those bumps out, and that's pretty much the scenario with acne and straight razors. But that was a very enjoyable shave. I went ahead and cleaned off the blade right there. Let's go ahead and rinse down, and then we'll give some final thoughts. This is a cold water shave today, and that feels very, very nice and invigorating. This shave is in the evening. It's not quite as late as my normal shaves, but it's still after work. I like to shave in the evening so I kind of wind down. I don't like to shave when I gotta go to work in 30 minutes. I don't want to be rushing. I want to have the entire evening, if need be, to take my time and feeling around. And it feels like we're BBS in some areas in DFS and others. Again, right on these corners, the Adam's apple feels pretty good, but the corners kind of feels like I think I have a hollow right there, a bit of a cup or something where it just doesn't quite get everything, but that's fine. That's fine. Lancaster Razorworks Black Sheep Towel in red this afternoon. Got a nice DFS shave, the old Strike Gold shave base. Really did its thing, really whipped up into a beautiful, dense, luxurious lather. Even though it's 2 soap bases back, had all the slickness I needed to have a straight razor shave with an edge that I'm unfamiliar with. And I think other than that spot that had a little bit of acne, it was just kind of unavoidable. I think other than that, I think we got out pretty much unscathed. So, not a bad shave whatsoever. Let's go ahead and finish this with a little bit of the matching aftershave splash. And this is also an old aftershave formula. I do not believe it has alum in it anymore. So for those of you that were bitching and whining about the alum, it doesn't have alum anymore, sadly. All right. Has a nice industry standard quality restrictor though. Something we always like to see. This is an alcohol aftershave, and on the cheeks, there was the slightest little tingle, and on the neck, pretty much no tingle except for right where those blemishes were. Very nice. Soaks in immediately. That's what I'm talking about. Smelling great, feeling great. I really enjoyed that edge. Sorry that the video is going on a little bit longer than usual, but really enjoyed that edge. Thomas, he sells these on Amazon, and so I'm not aware of his Amazon profile just yet, but I'll get that information and I'll try to link it in the description of this video. And again, please go check out Thomas the Shaver on YouTube. I will put that information in the description of this video for sure. Real good guy. He sent me this razor completely free just for me to test out the edge and give it a shot. And so I really appreciate that sort of thing, Thomas, and I actually really enjoyed it. So thanks again. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the shave. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.